Hello YouTube, this is DadMar1079 bringing you another World of Warship video. In a video that I've been wanting to do for so long. For probably like 3 years now or so. I'll have to look at back when I first said it. The Battleship USS Arizona. A standard type American battleship, which is now the last one that I needed in order to complete all battleships lines that I have, going from the dreadnoughts from Wyoming and New York class to the standard type battleship, starting with Nevada class all the way to Colorado class. This right here is this battleship is a Pennsylvania class battleship. She was, from my knowledge, what I know of her, she was too late for the First World War. She was like a month or a week too late for the war, somewhere around there. And she never saw service in World War II, except for the famous saying at the time, like it was back then for the Spanish-American War, remember the Maine, remember Pearl Harbor. And she was a Pearl Harbor battleship that sadly did not get resurfaced. She was not resurfaced. She was tried. She was possibly tried, but she broke at the very bottom. There are people that have said when a bomb hit her magazine, she blew up, and literally she came out of the water when she blew up. So that pretty much broke her down to her keel. That means to me. She was one of only 2 battleships sunk at Pearl Harbor, the other one being the Wyoming and Nevada class battleship. That they did raise her, but on the way to ports in California she broke loose and she sunk. But let us take a look at her. Of course, the battleship captain to give her, as you can see, I literally just bought her today. And I'm putting the 2-year flag on them until I find a flag that I like. For like, I wish they would have gave us a 3-year strong flag. As you can see, everything she has. And for her, quite a strong ship for her. Of course, a standard type battleship. The only thing different about her is she's bigger than, say, Nevada or Oklahoma. That she's just got one more gun turret than, she's got one extra barrel than them, so she has more guns than her, which this is what the Americans like. No one else really did. European battleships, they all stayed pretty much with the standard two guns and a single turret mount until the French with their Dunkirk and Resolute class, and until King George V class with their quadruple mounts. But they really didn't do good. Everyone else, besides that of like when they built Yamato in Japan, actually was a triple gun battleship. We liked the triple guns because we could have more guns and hit just as much. But pretty much here I have my trusty book open, which really this is the only, for my page number, is from 88 to 89, showing that where she sunk in Battleship Row, she pretty much sunk towards the back end. She sunk right next to Battleship, let's see, she was battle 19 in the row. She sunk near Battleship Nevada, and next to her was a repair ship. So, and she still lies at the bottom of the harbor to this day, with her with half of, at least a good portion of her crew, almost over 2,000 of her crew members still are entombed on her. Where the battleship Missouri is parked just astern of her, with her guns elevated watching over, where I'll go a little bit more into depths But I'll do that while we're going into a loading screen, seeing how good she is as a standard type capital ship, a standard type ship, and she was the flagship of the Pacific Navy. Oh, well, not Navy, Pacific Fleet, I should say. But if I ever do get Missouri, I will say this same thing again, to where I am now literally playing with the ship where it started with the Arizona. Arizona is where the bulk of U.S. casualties were on December 7th, 1941. That over 3,000, 2,000 are entombed on her still to this day, and even to this day, she is still leaking oil from her fuel tanks. To where I do agree that is the Arizona crying, as it's been said. For her in the game, I see that she has the old slower Chicago piano guns. So pretty much like how I see an aircraft carrier, I really need to either have an ally with me, like a friend, like my friend Driven, who's probably not going to like it if he sees this video that I bought another ship, to where he doesn't have as many as I do. But to where I'm going to have to be near him in order to survive longer, because she's not very good against aircraft. Like, let's see here. Secondary guns and AA guns are about the same distance away. So I'm either going to have to upgrade her secondary guns to be fired farther away, or her AA guns, which I'm probably going to do her AA guns. And as you saw, the standard type battleship, they all go 21 knots up until faster battleships like North Carolina, South Dakota, and Iowa, and even Montana class battleships, which were ordered but never built. A lot of damage. And as I was saying, when I do Missouri, I will say that this ship is they say symbolically World War II started with Arizona, and it ended on Missouri's decks. The surrender ceremony, the war officially ended on her decks, where that little plaque is, which I will put a little pop-up thing at the end of this video of that little thing, which is my most viewed thing on this channel, which I do appreciate, and I do thank you all. That will be one of the pop-ups at the end of this video. And she's the symbolic end, and until I do get her myself, that will be my go-to Missouri video.
Attention, reporting the target position.
Gotta just aim just right. They're good. In Arizona, being a standard type battleship, up until Colorado, every standard type battleship has 14-inch guns. So does Queen Elizabeth, I think, too, or she has 15-inch guns, but she only has 8 of them. Whereas I have 12 guns. So I can outgun her, even though my gun caliber is smaller than hers.
Torpedoes, direct front.
And for me, she's actually shooting with no upgrades to her AA guns. which I will do to extend the range of them. Actually doing quite well.
We destroyed an enemy battleship. Our victory is in sight.
And for her secondary armaments, they are doing quite well as well. Since, well, when she was made, there were no aircraft carriers. She was a big gun capital ship. If they got that close to use their secondary batteries, that was really close. Let's see. Oh, it's a tier 5, but not fully upgraded tier 5, I think, when it comes to these torpedo planes.
All stations, concentrate fire on the target. Our victory is in sight.
But yes, more to talk about her, I really don't know, besides that of the pictures that I think you could really see that, which, let me lock my guns into place. Pretty much the mast, pretty much as you can see a picture that you can see her mast at the front of the ship, in the back, which I think it's her front one that you see, is pretty much leaned in the picture. And I don't know if from the movie Pearl Harbor, but I do think she either does or does not have one of her big gun, actually one of her 14-inch guns, still actually within her. I don't know, don't quote me on that, but as far as I know from her wreck, they suggest that she shall be around for at least another 300 years until she's completely nothing. So, if you're a fan of naval history, like me, that likes these old ships and the ones that never got to see the light of day in battle, you have 300 years to go and see. You have from now to 300 years into the future to see Arizona. So, well, and if you want to know where I heard this on, like, if there were no humans, how would the ships of the Navy, ships like old ships, and how would Air Force planes that stay out in the desert but all sealed up and everything, like kind of mothballing them, would be? How long would they last without humans being out there to help them, keep them at least semi-protected from the elements? That's where I heard the statement of Arizona will be 300 years, whereas an Iowa class like Missouri that is out there, it'll take over 1,000 years before there's nothing of her. That's where I heard that. I think that is on YouTube through the History Channel YouTube page.
Target penetrated.
Okay. Trying to get my guns on her. Yes, that's where I heard that little bit of information about how long she'll be around for. So from now on to 23,022, you can see her. Not bad, but now let us see. The real test is, how will she fare against actual people? But yes, that would be something for me to go see sometime in my lifetime. I would love to go see it. Both the ships. The ship that pretty much is a symbolic start of World War II and a symbolic end of World War II. And also this. This is I guess a really early thing. It will get done over time, the preparations, but come this December 7th, I will do another Pearl Harbor live stream like I've done the 2 previous years. But this one either will be a video or a live stream, most likely a live stream. May have one of my friends join me if you would like to. Depending on what day December 7th comes this year around. I will be doing to where, like I've done before with the American battleships, streams that I've done for the Americans, Japanese, French, Russians, and all of them. I will do a live stream with only Pearl Harbor battleships, if I can get a hold of them. Which I have most of all of them. They're not going to be, some of them might not be in Pearl Harbor configuration, like California, but I sadly can't get Battleship Utah.
Enemy force detected.
I did find out she is a Florida-class battleship. But I guess based off of the Wyoming class. But yes, I shall be going and using her. Let's see. For the ships that I can't get, like the ships I can use, Nevada, Arizona, Tennessee, West Virginia, don't have Maryland, I do have Oklahoma, and California. I don't have Battleship Pennsylvania, but I do have her sister ship, Arizona. Battleships. Nope. So I pretty much have all of them, except for Battleship West Virginia, and the ones that I can't get, but I do have the sister ships of them at least, which is Pennsylvania, Utah, Maryland, sadly do not have. Maryland, though, is a Colorado-class battleship. So, in their place, I could use Colorado herself, or I could just do another battle with West Virginia, since she is a sister to her. Or I could just do the only ships that you can get, which one of them is USS West Virginia. So, keep a lookout for that. For the fans of this YouTube channel that love my World of Warships video, mark that on your calendar. And from then to now, I shall probably have got USS West Virginia to make that video possible, in as much possibility as I can. And if I want to live, I better kill this ship. It's hiding in a smoke screen. Great.
Enemy destroyer detected. The ship is on fire.
for this one. And actually, a spotting point up there to kind of help out with the AA guns.
Fighter airborne. Enemy battleship detected. All stations reporting the position of a strategic target.
I'm in trouble.
The ship is on fire. Fighter destroyed. Torpedoes astern. Problem solved, sir.
Hey, go. He's going to see the Arizona go down. I do that with all my ships. But overall, I think she did good. If I didn't have an enemy aircraft carrier down my throat, which I've done that since I know the ship's weak anti-aircraft gun solution. I target her too. If I really target her if I have a Japanese carrier. Actually, that carrier, which I know that wasn't Japanese, it was Russian, but I wonder if the Japanese carrier that came out first was actually in that attack. Which it seems like no. Kaga was. And Shoikaku was as well. But no. Seems like unless our destroyers pick up the slack, I don't see us. Never mind now. Let's see. Who's King George V's gonna die since he's on fire and flooding? Our other Chinese cruise destroyer ain't gonna do much. Destroyer, just lost the carrier. And we got our carrier. He's under attack, so he ain't gonna last long. Especially that destroyer gets within torpedo range. So, might as well just watch the carnage. But, like I've seen, overall, she is that of a good ship. Yes, I have to play with her a little bit more, because to me, every ship is different, even though the standard type battleships, you should pretty much be used to it, except, like, going from, I think it was Nevada, Pennsylvania, extra turret, not turret, gun, has been added on, to where Nevada class had the same amount of gun barrels as New York class battleships, or I should say dreadnoughts, to this. But I don't know. Looks like now the battleships get there. Battleships focus fired on the carrier, and now it's just left to the destroyer. So I wonder how long he shall last.
Battle ends in 5 minutes.
Putting up a smoke screen. Oh. We lost that one. And for something that I haven't done in quite some time. Well, she is a tier 5, so she's not that expensive comparatively. But, for now, that's gonna do it all. So I want to thank you all for watching. Please like and subscribe and hit that bell to notify you anytime that I post a video or go live. And for this video, leave a comment down below. Are you excited for all the Pearl Harbor Battleships video that I will do come this December 7th? And also, out of all the ships in the standard type battleship line, going from Nevada class to Colorado class, which one is your favorite in the standard type, or do you like the Dreadnought era, like Wyoming, in New York class? Or do you like the fast battleships of North Carolina, South Dakota, Iowa, and even the never built Montana class battleships? Let me know. And also, let me know this. If they should add more Pearl Harbor battleships, like maybe they should add the sister ships of Maryland and Wyoming. Or no, Utah. They have... Should they add more of those? Let me know. But, as always, I hope you all have a great rest of your day, and I'll catch y'all in the next one. See ya.